It's Charge Talks with Jan. Turning brokenness into ministries and stories into stepping stones, overcoming mountains and walking through valleys. It's Charge Talks with Jan. What's up, everybody? How are you all doing? It's your girl Jan, and it's another amazing and fulfilling day. It is Thursday, May 13th, and I must say a correction because yesterday I said it was the 13th, but today is actually the 13th, guys. I don't know why I'm rushing the month. I don't know. I don't know why I'm rushing the month, but today is the 13th of May, and I have to give a shout out to a dear friend of mine. His name is Michael, and he is my driver, so I have to give him a shout out today. Happy birthday to you, my darling, and I hope that you have a fabulous, amazing day. So thank you guys so much for joining, and let's jump right in. Now, today we're going to be talking about trusting God through the unknowns. And that is something that we hear so often in so many different ways and so many different terminologies. But it's important to trust God through the unknowns. It's important to trust God when we have no idea what it is that we're entering into or who it is that we're entering with. And I remember in the book of Ruth, when Ruth, she was born in Moab, and she went and she found the family of Naomi and, her husband, and she got married, and 10 years later, everything turned upside down. And Naomi decided that she was going to go back to, Jerusalem. She was going to go back because she heard that, they had gotten food because she left because of a famine. And so my dear Ruth and Orpah, the two daughters-in-law, they decided that, they're going to go back with their mother-in-law. But one of them turned back and the other one decided. And that was Ruth. And Ruth said, you know what, Mom? Listen, entreat me not to leave you. Don't tell me not to follow after you, because anywhere you go, that is where I'm going to go. Wherever you lodge, that is where I'm going to lodge. Your people, they'll be my people. And your God will be my God. Where you die, that's where I'm going to die. And God do so to me and more if it's more than death that take us apart. And Ruth had no idea where she was going and what she was going into. She has never been to Jerusalem before, as far as what the scripture stated. But she decided that she was going to go into the unknown. She was going to go because she's trusting the God that she had come to learn from 10 years of being there, married into this family. She's trusting that God that she has seen, who worked on their behalf years and years and years upon years, and seeing how God has come through over and over and over again. And she decided that, you know what, I'm going to trust this. I'm going to believe this. And so often I see this happening in my own life, where there are things that God has taken me through before. There are hurdles that I've had to jump over before. And I've seen how God, propels me and navigates me through it. And there are times when I get to a part that I have no idea about. I've never taken that road before. And I have to say, is either I'm going to trust God, who has always been here with me, or I'm going to trust the devil to give me some new ideas and say, you know what, run with this. And to be honest, sometimes it is challenging to trust God in the unknowns. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it is a bit difficult. But he says, walk by faith and not by sight. He says, lean not to thine own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him. He says, I will be with you whithersoever thou goest. He says, I'm going to protect your going out and your coming in. So even if you don't know which way to go, today I encourage you to trust the word of God that you have known all these years. Trust the plan of God that you have seen worked out so many times in your lives before, because he didn't fail you in the beginning. I doubt he's going to start failing you now. I doubt he's going to say, you know what, I can't do this for you anymore, so you need to seek another God. If he was going to do that, he would have done that with the children of Israel. He would have left them in Egypt. He would not have sent a deliverer to go and take them out. So if God is going to leave us to be on our own, he would not send his son to die that we might have life and have it more abundantly. He would have just left us. But that's not the God who he is. So I encourage us today to trust that still small voice, because he always speaks. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he said, Jan, sometimes when I talk to God, I don't think he listens. I don't think he answers me. And I said, he answers you. But a lot of times the answers that we receive, they're not the answers that we're necessarily looking or listening for. And so they often don't make sense to us. Because he says in Isaiah, he says, before you call, I answer. You know, and he would not say that if he didn't, or if he wouldn't. So I know that he has given answers, but there are times when the answers that God gives, we're not listening for those answers. Those are not the answers that we want. Be honest. Have you really and truly ever wanted to do something and your gut is telling you that, I should go to Ochi today. I should take a trip and I should go to Miami tomorrow. Or you know what, I should go to New York this evening. And everything in your gut is saying, yeah, do it, because it makes sense, and you find reasons. We find reasons, logical reasons in our minds to tell us that it's okay to do a particular thing that we want to do. And we conjure up all these reasons, and we put them together, and we pencil them out, and we make them to make sense to us, to satisfy our emotions, to please ourselves, to do what it is that we want to do. Am I the only one who has ever been guilty of that? And even though God is saying, whispering, because he speaks very, very soft, and he's saying, don't do this. This is not what I want for you. Even if you should go to New York, it's not this evening. Even if you should go to Miami, it's not tomorrow. Don't go to Ochi today. Stay where you are. Do what it is that you're doing right now. But we're not listening to that. We go ahead and we do what we want to do. And then when we get into trouble, or when things don't work out the way that we planned it, we get mad at God. We're like, God, didn't you see that I was going to go? Like, where were you? You stood by. Yes, because you didn't listen. You didn't listen. So it is important that we trust him through the unknown. Ruth went to Jerusalem. She listened to her mother-in-law. She obeyed the instructions of her mother-in-law. She didn't have to, because she was a grown woman. You don't have to, because you're a grown woman or a grown man. But I implore us today to listen to the voice and the instructions of God. And I'm taking it, I'm living it day by day for myself, because there are times when I want to do some things and I pray about it, and I know the answer that I'm going to get already, but I'm hoping that God changes his mind, and I say, okay, God, let your will be done. But in one eye, I'm like, if you could. But he's like, don't. That's not what I want for you. So it is important that we follow the instructions. And she followed them to the T. And she received what God had in store for her. So I challenge you today that if you do as God instructs you, and if you walk the path that he has called you to walk, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, it's going to work itself out, because trusting God is in the unknown is one of the best decisions that you could have ever made. Do it today, and let's see if God will not do what he says he will do. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you so much. Please remember, if you like the video, to give it a thumbs up. And please, if you have not yet done so, please subscribe to the channel and share and hit the notification bell so you never miss another upload. See you soon, and take good care of yourself. Walk good and be safe on the roads.